The Ukrainian military has captured 2 Chinese men fighting with the Russian army in the eastern Donetsk region, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky announced Tuesday at a joint press conference with Belgian Prime Minister Bart de Wever. According to Associated Press, Ukraine has information that there are significantly more Chinese fighting alongside the Russians in the war, Zelensky said, adding that he has asked his top diplomat to immediately contact Beijing and find out how China is going to react to this. China has provided strong diplomatic support for Russia since it launched its full-scale invasion of its neighbor, which was widely criticized in the West. Beijing has also contributed an economic lifeline through the trade in energy and consumer goods. However, China is not known to have provided Russia with weapons or military expertise, unlike Iran and North Korea, with the latter even providing troops, according to American and South Korean officials. Russia allows foreigners to enlist in its military, as does Ukraine. The pay offered by Moscow makes serving for Russia attractive. Russia has effectively rejected a U.S. proposal for an immediate and full 30-day halt in the fighting, and both sides are believed to be readying a spring-summer campaign on the battlefield. Zelensky said a clash with Chinese fighters occurred near the villages of Tarasivka and Bilohorivka in the Donetsk region, where 6 Chinese military personnel engaged Ukrainian troops. 2 Chinese were taken prisoner. Zelensky said China would be the 3rd country to offer military support to the Kremlin after Iran, which has supplied attack drones, and North Korea. Zelensky noted that previously captured North Korean soldiers were fighting in Russia's Kursk border region, where Ukrainian forces captured territory, while the Chinese were caught on Ukrainian soil.
Ми взяли в полон китайських військових на території України. В бой вступили українці на Донеччині, Тарасівка і Білогорівка. 6 китайськими військовими, 2 в полоні. Відповідно, є документи, є їх паспорти, є навіть кредитні картки. Це громадяни Китаю. Я думаю, що це важливий дуже елемент. Я думаю, Сполученим Штатам Америки треба більше приділити увагу тому, що відбувається сьогодні. І ми очікуємо після того, що це ще одна країна, яка військово підтримує вторгнення Росії в Україну. На боці Росії це ще одна після Ірану і військових Північної Кореї. Але є різниці. Північнокорейці на Курському напрямку воювали проти нас. Китайці воюють на території України. І я думаю, що це важливий момент, який нам треба обговорювати з партнерами. Думаю, терміново. Я розумію, що ми сильна країна, але ми не можемо воювати одночасно з багатьма країнами, яким всім щось потрібно на нашій землі. Дуже розраховуємо, що після цієї ситуації американці будуть говорити більше з українцями, а потім з русскими. І дуже надіємося, що китайська сторона також відреагує. В принципі, я доручив міністру закордонних справ зв'язатись і міністру оборони зв'язатись з китайськими контрпартнерами, щоб вони дали нам пояснення відповідних дій.
Активів, чим Росія зараз може зацікавити західних партнерів, аби розблокувати?
We've met each other in Paris and we are determined, if there is a ceasefire that is of course accepted by Ukraine, that we should back it up militarily. And it's Keir Starmer and President Macron who took the lead on this, or are planning with our Ministry of Defense and our military planners and the Chief of Staff of our army, what concrete initiatives can be taken in the case of a ceasefire. And for me, it seems very logical that if France and England and Germany maybe take the initiative and send people over, that we will go along. We are a founding country of the European Union. We are a founding country of NATO. We've always been a part of multilateral coalitions. and certainly of peace initiatives. So I think our place will be at their side when the day comes.
As reported, Russia has started transferring North Korean long-range artillery systems to annexed Crimea. The German broadcaster ZDF reported in a potential indication that Pyongyang's involvement in the war on Ukraine could soon be expanded. North Korean troops have so far only been observed operating in Russia's Kursk region, where Moscow has been waging a counter-offensive against Ukrainian troops since August 2024. But with Ukrainian forces recently pushed back from Kursk, ZDF said Russia could quickly deploy a North Korean contingent to Crimea to target Kyiv's forces in southern Ukrainian regions. The artillery systems in question, 170mm Koksan guns, are among the longest-range conventional field artillery pieces in the world and can strike targets up to 40 kilometers away with standard shells and up to 60 kilometers with rocket-assisted munitions. Defense Express military expert Ivan Kirichevsky says that at present there's no reason to believe that Russia has started bringing in North Korean troops to support its offensive on Kherson or Zaporizhia. Reports that the Russian Federation might bring in DPRK troops to attack the Kherson and Zaporizhia regions sound more like "I heard a bell but didn't know where it is." They make no sense. About 2 weeks ago, photos of a group of wagons near Zankoy appeared on social media. What matters isn't the trains, but the group of wagons. On them were what looked like launchers for the DPRK artillery system and several Koksan self-propelled guns. On one hand, seeing Koksan guns at the front is really unpleasant for us. This gun can fire 40 kilometers with regular shells and up to 60 kilometers with rocket-assisted rounds. In short, the Russians are clearly eyeing this system. It's a self-propelled gun with very strong specs. The Russians asked the DPRK for Koksan guns to counter NATO artillery used by the Ukrainian armed forces, he said on Espresso TV. The expert pointed out that while North Korea is supplying weapons to Russia, they're not rushing to send soldiers. Still, these aren't full trainloads of self-propelled guns, just a group of wagons. So writing in bold that North Korean troops are heading to Zaporizhia or Kherson is, to put it mildly, premature. The DPRK is generously arming its Russian comrades with ammunition and artillery, but it wants something in return. And second, they're still not ready to send their people. It turns out that one cannibalistic regime is in no hurry to hand over its people to another. The expert added,